amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remember blessed. Whenever you look my video, whenever you watch my video, share the video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Share it in your WhatsApp group so that people can get information on what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria, mainly against the Biafrans, against the Duduas, against the indigenous people in the contraption called Nigeria. I try as much as possible to set the record straight. I don't preach hate speech. I don't speak against people. I set the record straight. The only important thing I do here is to make sure that the plight of the people remains on the front burner and the world will know the true story of what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria. Remember, they will always change the narrative. The government will always try as much as possible to use the conventional media to change the narrative, but that I will not allow. In this platform, we'll set the record straight and we'll say it the way it is. Not preaching hate speech, not by talking down to anybody, but setting the record straight and bringing the information to the front burner and letting the world know the exact situation of things. Each time you watch my video, you can equally go to the comment section, put down your comment, say it the way you feel it. It's so welcome. You can criticize if you so desire, but do it constructively so that we can be able to learn from one another. That is why I'm here. And now, I'm going to share with you a very important video. I hope after watching the video from the beginning to the end, you're going to enjoy the video and you continue to stick around and be able to enjoy the rest videos that are going to be coming your way from time to time. Thank you so much for coming. Today, the video I'm going to share with you is a very important video.
Every young African should be able to lead a dignified, productive, and safe life on the African continent, whether in their home country or elsewhere in Africa. Why Africans would migrate to Europe, say? Different reasons. Some of them justified, others not. But they're either political, economic, security, all that wrapped up on matters of governance. In fact, if Africans, first of all, would be comfortable staying at home in their own countries, and at the same time allowed to move from one country to another, then some of these problems would be reduced to the most minimum. But the terms of the debate are broken. Dangerous journeys continue to cause loss of life and empower criminal networks. We need new thinking and actually action to give us the results we want. To make progress, we must correctly diagnose the root cause of migration. The most important driver is the imbalance in human capital opportunities between our continents, that is between, say, Europe and Africa. Access to skills, training, healthcare, and decent work may be unavailable on the return on a person's capabilities may be limited due to poor governance. An effective and humane migration cooperation framework must be based on addressing the human capital investment gap. The migration challenge is a shared responsibility for Africa, Europe, and multilateral agencies. All countries have the right to control their borders and regulate immigration. Settling in another country by anyone is not an automatic entitlement. There needs to be a better mechanism in place to distinguish between irregular migrants from relatively stable countries and those deserving of special protection who may get lost in the crowd. Similarly, obtaining refugee status should not be the only way to attain legal residence in destination countries. We also need to be doing a better job of engaging stakeholders on all sides of the migration question, particularly the civil society and advocacy groups which shape the political debate. Recent African Union instruments expand the scope of mobility within Africa, particularly the African Continental Free Trade Area and the Protocol on the Free Movement of Persons. Here I want to say of the 55 countries on our continent, so few have signed this protocol to allow freedom of movement by the Africans. Wide access to digital skills and technologies is one of the most strategic ways to modernize the migration policy debate. It is no longer necessary to relocate to Europe in order to participate directly in the European labor market, for example, by supplying outsourced services to European clients. Young Africans can do so from Africa with public-private technology investments that create jobs. Multi-year partnerships between Africa and Europe can help address the migration challenge both in humanitarian terms and more broadly. One example is the emergency transit mechanism established in Rwanda in 2018. In fact, the discussion started and the offer started in 2018 in partnership with the African Union and UNHCR to receive vulnerable migrants needing evacuation from Libya. Partners in Europe have supported this initiative as well. More than 650 migrants have been welcomed and protected at this facility while awaiting resettlement processing. More comprehensive forms of migration cooperation are also under discussion with some other countries. However, policies focused on detention, deportation, and deterrence have not been effective and will not provide a lasting solution. Therefore, we have to be thinking and acting differently. Migration in both directions will continue to be a defining feature of relationship between Africa and Europe for decades to come. It can be mutually beneficial, provided that it is orderly, safe, and focused on the needs and aspirations of each person. The best long-term approach is to work together to rectify the human capital gap that underlies the current crisis while reaffirming our obligation to provide protection and humanitarian assistance to those who need it. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, therefore, we can build on this, and as long as we work together and have honest and straightforward discussion, I think this problem is really not insurmountable, and I'm talking from experience. What we have already done, as I said earlier, rescuing these migrants from Libya. We had done another case with Israel. We are now discussing with other countries. And I think if we put our heads together, we shall find a solution.
We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.